What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NFL DFS video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're going to love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. Welcome into week 2. Week 1 was a banger. Huge week 1. If you haven't joined greenlightdfs.com for week 2, make sure you do so. In this video, we're going to cover this Minnesota at Philly game for this Thursday night showdown. Super excited about this game. I think it's going to be a very good one. So pretty much in these videos, we kind of break the slate down, get an idea of how we want to attack it, and, give y'all like a core of 3 guys or so, something like that, that looks like great options to utilize. So, at captain to start things off, Jalen Hurts is just my main man here. We know the damage he could do with his feet. Minnesota gave like the second most touchdowns rushing to quarterbacks last season, something like that. So Jalen Hurts, great spot once he gets in that red zone to run one in. He has the easy potential to throw a few. I think Vegas odds are like minus 140 on the over 1.5 passing touchdown for Jalen Hurts. He's just fantastic. He's overall the best player on this slate, and it's not particularly close. All right. Justin Jefferson, solid option. Now, a few reasonings why you might not need Jefferson. Now, I want to make it known that Justin Jefferson is an amazing player. He's an amazing play anytime. If you're in a fantasy league and you have Justin Jefferson, you don't put him on your bench, okay? But for DFS purposes, he's incredibly expensive. You're really having to spend for him. And while he's a guy that's going to get good targets, all that stuff. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, the problem is that Darius Slay is going to follow Justin Jefferson around. Darius Slay did a fantastic job last season at limiting Justin Jefferson. I would not be surprised. Now, I think Jefferson's still going to get his. All right? He's still going to get his. Might even get a touchdown. But at his price point, with the other options we have on the slate, it might make a lot of sense to kind of save a little bit of money on other options to, open some things up in your lineup. That's all I'm going to say. Now, Justin Jefferson is in a great spot. They're playing from behind. Everything speaks, it's great. Darius Slay will be shadowing him. When Jefferson moves to the slot, Slay will not follow him to hit him to the slot, though. And Jefferson's been doing a lot of slot routes. So he's an option. He's a solid option. But on his perimeter routes, Slay will be shadowing him. And he will probably do a decent job at limiting him in a bit, okay? But yeah, Jefferson's coming into this game wanting revenge from his tough performance last year, I'm sure. No Adam Thielen anymore in Minnesota, so it could be a big game for him. Some spots that I'm interested in, though, is taking advantage of guys like Alexander Mattison, who's going to get the carries in this offense, also going to get targets in the receiving game. So I really love Alexander Mattison. Sorry, wrong one. Let me click that. I clicked captain. Alexander Madison's only 7'6" and get you a guy that's going to get damn near every rushing carry as well as some targets in the pass game, especially if Jefferson's having a tough time when he's lined up on the perimeter with Slay. That's going to open things up for Madison, little dump offs and stuff to do some damage. So I really like Alexander Madison at 7'6". TJ Hawkinson's another guy. Things will open up there. Philly struggled week 1 against tight end. Hawkinson is a guy that could shine as well playing from behind if Jefferson is dealing with some issues while on the perimeter. Remember, Jefferson will move to the slot a lot as well, and he'll have some opportunity when he's in the slot, but when he's on the perimeter, he just might struggle a little bit in that situation. But other guys that I want to talk about. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, they're both in play for me with Jalen Hurts at captain. You can go either one of these. I side with A.J. slightly, but point per salary, I side with Devontae. So it just doesn't matter to me. You can play both. You can pick one or the other. They're both solid options. I don't really lean one way or the other. Devontae Smith, probably just point per salary wise, looks good to me, but both of these guys are in play against this horrible Minnesota secondary. It's a bad secondary here in Minnesota. They're not going to be able to contain A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. So Jalen Hurts is going to have a huge game. One of these two, if not both, are going to have big games. So I love them both. DeAndre Swift is a big play here at 4K. Gainwell, the big winner of Philly last week, has been ruled out. So DeAndre Swift is amazing value for Philly. Rashad Penny at 1.6. I'm going to lock him in because he's one of my favorite values, if not the best value on this entire slate. This game. He is the best value by far. on this slate. Okay, Rashad Penny for Philly. He's going to fill that Gainwell spot. DeAndre Swift's going to get a lot more touches as well at 4K. I like both of those guys for Philly, especially when they get up. We're going to see some DeAndre Swift. When they're just trying to do little dump offs and stuff, we're going to see some Penny and Swift. I mean, both of these guys can catch okay. They can run. They're both great. All right, so Penny and Swift are in play for me. Dallas Goedert, I'm not as heavy on. I haven't had a ton of versions with Goddard yet. Solely because Goddard, man, Hawkinson's the guy that I would want among the two tight ends. That's all I'm going to say. Jordan Addison is very interesting to me because we talked about Justin Jefferson getting shadowed on those perimeter routes by Slay. All right, so when that happens, Jordan Addison could see a big boost here because the other Philly cornerback could definitely be taken advantage of. I believe they're starting a rookie. Okay, so it's a great spot for Jordan Addison, great spot for KJ Osborne, both guys that are good options. But yeah, best value, number one is going to be Rashad Penny. And then you've got DeAndre Swift, who's a great option. TJ Hawkinson is a very solid option this week. Jordan Addison. And then when it comes to the spend up studs, I have versions with Justin Jefferson. Okay, I have versions with him. My favorites, though, don't have them. And yes, I have a little worry inside about that, but with that price point, he really needs to go crazy. And if Slay does a fantastic job against him like he has done when Jefferson's on the perimeter, you're hoping for the best when he's in the slot. And yes, he can still score a touchdown when he's in the slot. He can still do a lot from that slot position as he moves around. But Justin Jefferson at that price point, I would really want him to just have a good matchup all game. You know what I mean? So I do prefer A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith paired up with Hurts a little bit over Jefferson just because their matchups are elite for both of them. Alexander Mattison on that Minnesota squad. We're going to see some solid dump offs here to Madison. We're going to see 4 to 5 targets in the pass game for him. We're going to see him get those carries in the run game. They're going to have to get that run game established. So solid spot for Alexander Mattison. TJ Hawkinson, another Minnesota guy I love. And then DeAndre Swift, Rashad Penny, all solid options on this slate. That is kind of the way I'm looking at it. Okay? I'm looking at Jalen Hurts as my number one guy at captain. I'm looking at Rashad Penny as my number one value. Alexander Mattison at only 7'6", the number one running back on this team who's going to get all the running back carries pretty much and get 4 to 5 targets in the pass game. Solid option for his usage at 7'6", especially if Jefferson is having struggles on the perimeter against Slay. Obviously, it's Justin Jefferson. He could blow up and have a huge game. Okay? He definitely could. Don't get me wrong. Okay, so I don't want anybody to leave this video thinking I hate Justin Jefferson. I just think that Slay has shown that he does well against Jefferson already. Slay is a solid top cornerback in the league, and he will be shadowing Jefferson as long as he's on a perimeter line, as long as he's lined up on the perimeter. Now, the benefits for Jefferson is that he will move to the slot occasionally, a good bit actually. So when he's in the slot, he's going to have some success, okay? And he could do a lot from that slot spot. But when he's on the perimeter, he's going to struggle a bit. And like I said earlier, I kind of want, if I'm spending this much money on a guy, I kind of want his matchup to be great all game instead of hoping for big plays while he's in the slot because that's where my opportunity is going to be. You feel what I'm saying? That's all. Yes, I like Kirk Cousins as well playing from behind at 9-2. He's perfectly fine as well. But my main core, I need the Rashad Penny. Alexander Mattison feels too cheap. And then Jalen Hurts at captain is my number one thing, and I'll figure the rest out. Don't care about nothing else. I'm putting Hurts at captain, and I'll figure the rest of these spots out. All right? But that's my plan on this Thursday night showdown, man. Good luck, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Greenlightdfs.com to join the squad for week 2. Grab it now so you get Thursday night showdown. You get Saturday's college football, Sunday main slate, Sunday night showdown, Monday night showdown, all that good stuff. So make sure you join. We got a lot of content. I've already dropped my favorite prize picks for Sunday. I'm not sure how many of them I've bumped. Probably a good bit because we got some great value for the weekend already. But I did post my favorite NFL already. I like to post those as early in the week as I possibly can before all those bumps happen so we can get that value in. Thank you guys for joining me as always, man. Y'all have an amazing weekend. But I will see you in tomorrow's video covering some prize picks, and we'll do a final look as well. For DFS, we'll do the final look on the slate as well. All right, so I'll see y'all for that. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm out. Peace.